Hey everybody, this is Jason Oxen from 208 Discs in Boise, Idaho. I'm going to do another video today. I'm doing a review of the C14 Agile bag from Grip that just came out. I'll go over a few of the features as well as compare it to the full-size A14 Grip bag that came out previously. I'm going to do the demo today on the digital camo version. They brought this color back for the C14. It was one of the most requested colors from Grip, as well as the pink bag, and they didn't let us down. They brought them both back. They look really good. This one's definitely my favorite color out of all of them. We also have the purple, we got the orange, the teal, the gray, and then there's also an all black version if you like that. So we'll go over a few of the features here, as well as telling you what you're gaining and or losing from the lower price point and the smaller edition here. We'll start out with the top pocket. Still a 2-disc quiver pocket. Holds 2 discs just the same as the A14 does. I got them right up here in the pink. 2 putters right in there. Fits no problem right off the shelf. Doesn't need to be stretched out, anything like that. 2 putters right in there. Just like the A14 bag, it still has your cinching drawstring through the back. You access that through the main panel. You can actually pull that down and cinch it up if you prefer to have the bottom fabric piece raised up so that you can reach back, grab your putters out, putt out, or you can have it lower down in there, set your putters in there, zip it up if you're not using them, if you prefer to do it that way. Then we have the valuables pocket down here. Previously called the valuables pocket, now they've changed it back to storage pocket. Anyway, it's claimed to be 83% larger than on the A14. I did a measurement of it. I don't find that to be so. I'm getting about 6 inches by 9 inches on the pocket on the Agile, where it was about 5.5 by 10 on the A14. So it claims to be 83% larger. I don't see it. It feels almost exactly the same. Feels like it's going to be able to hold about the same amount of stuff in there. It's got a cool little bag tag clip inside of there that you can pull out if you want to hang your bag tag on that instead of one of the little plastic clips on the side. Okay. We got 2 little smaller pockets right here on the front flap, a little bit different than on the main here. Before, if you wanted to stick an extra putter in there, or even a mid or a driver in there, or you could use it for a storage, it was a little bit larger on the A14, obviously. Here you're looking at more like a notepad or a scorecard or a mini or something like that, but there still is some pockets there to work with, so that's nice. Open up the main flap here. Everything inside appears to be the same. The inside flooring of it seems to be pretty tough on this one. Little plastic piece down in the bottom that's bolted in. Sidewalls all appear to be about the same. Nice and sturdy, just as the A14 in previous runs were. So this is the first difference between the C14 and the A14, is disc capacity. In the A14 you had 22. You had 20 down below and then a 2-disc quiver pocket. In the C14 Agile you have 16 disc capacity. So you've got your double putter pocket up top and you've got 14 disc capacity down to the bottom. I've found that to be pretty accurate. This is a brand new bag, hasn't been stretched out at all, hasn't been used. I've got 14 drivers in there right now. They fit very nicely. You can right away just pull a driver out, stick it right back in. You're not jamming anything in there. I don't have any mid-ranges in there, so if you had a mid or 2 in there, that's going to reduce your capacity just a tad. But I would say with 1 mid in there, you're still looking at 14. 16 discs is a nice capacity to work with. Whether you would be able to roll with that in a tournament or not is up to you and your playing style. I actually have a number of friends right now that are in the process of kind of slimming their lineup down. They're carrying around 20 plus discs and they're really only throwing about 7 or 8 of them. Now granted, in tournament you always want to have that. You want to have your Firebird in there, you want to have your little specialty discs in there for when you get into a jam or need to get around something or need to get out of something or need a thumber or roller. So you're always going to have those in there, but I think people, at least locally, are kind of looking at their lineup a little bit and seeing if it's really necessary to have a 22 disc bag or not. And we've seen that in customers moving to like an ergo style bag, the slimmer, lighter backpack style bags as opposed to the full size $259 setup. So it's really up to you whether or not 16 discs is going to work for you. For me it does. I think that that's a good number. And this bag is willing and able to carry that number with no problem. So inside you got your 14 disc capacity right there. flip around to the side. Same type of deal on both sides. You still have your stool / umbrella strap on here. It appears that they've actually made this strap a little bit longer than it previously was. I'm not sure if there was people that had some thicker stool legs or something like that that wasn't fitting down in here, but it appears that they addressed that and made it a little larger. It still appears like it's going to cinch up very nicely. I remember we had a little problem with the Lat 64 bag. The umbrella strap wasn't quite cinching up all the way to the umbrella, and it was kind of jiggling around in there, probably when you're walking especially. This one looks like it's cinching up as tightly as you want it to, or you can have it as loose as you want to fit something larger in there. And same type of deal, you could run your stool legs down into your cup holder, or you can slide them down into this little side pocket right over here. There's two little baby pockets on the side, one for said stool legs or umbrella, and then it looks like you got another spot here for maybe a mini or something like that. Not a lot of room, but still they made an attempt to put some extra pockets on there. So between these two side pockets and the two little pockets on the flap right here, you at least have something to work with besides just the storage valuables pocket. They did remove the main side storage pockets off the Agile. It's one of the things that makes this the slimmer version, is that those pockets are gone now. These right here. Now, it was never the best storage in the world, but it was something to work with on the A14. I have buddies that will roll up their windbreaker or roll up their sweatshirt and cram it in the side there and kind of stuff everything wherever else they can on the bag. It was never a big storage bag. I prefer the Ranger myself, just because you have that large storage pocket to work with up there that will hold pretty much everything. Obviously, you're paying less money for this bag, you're getting a little bit less. You're getting a little bit less capacity, you're getting a little bit less storage. But that's what I feel like this bag was kind of intended for. Ideally, you would want to have something like this, and then you would want to have something like your tournament bag. That way, when you're at a tourney, you need your backups, you need your extra discs, you need your retriever and your windbreaker and all that stuff. You're gonna have plenty of room for it. Your caddy's going to be able to carry everything around that you need to have on your round. This is more of like a casual play bag. Maybe you're going up on the mountain and you want to play multiple rounds without having to carry around a super heavy bag. But that's what this is all about. Grip is just looking for a little cheaper price point, another option for people to still carry their awesome bags. But for people that aren't quite serious enough maybe to drop $259 on a full-size bag, I get customers like that all the time, and that's why I push them to the Ranger, is because $174.99 isn't super ridiculous for a nice quality disc golf bag with a good warranty. It's a good price point. Some still feel like it's a little bit high. We got to get away from these shoulder straps. We got to get away from these little starter bags and comp bags, and once you step your game up, it's time to step your game up, time to step your comfort up, time to step the quality up, and that's what this bag is about. It's a little more entry level as far as backpack style bags go, without having to commit to a $259 price point or feeling the need to jam it full with 22 discs. So everything else with this bag appears to be the same. As far as the back goes, same lumbar padding right down here, really nice. Doesn't look like they added any extra padding, but I don't think these were ever a problem in the first place. I actually really enjoy the way that they've done this whole back support system. It fits very flush up against your back and your lumbar. With this bag especially, I've had this on already fully loaded. It's very comfortable. It's exceptionally lighter than the A14, and it just molds along your back. Maybe it's just my awesome physique, but it molds right up against your back really tight. It's not wiggling around. It doesn't feel like a turtle shell. It's very comfortable. Shoulder straps appear to be the same. We got the chest strap right here still going across there if you like to tighten that up, or you can roll that up and cinch it away. Two little clips on here for bag tags or whatever you like to put on here, birdie beads. And then on the bottom, we still have the same general bumper support system on the bottom. On this bag, the front one is a little bit smaller because the front of the bag is smaller. It's almost like a trapezoid or something on the bottom. But one thing that I did notice is right off the bat, it actually sits very firmly on the ground. The A14, once they move those bumpers wider out, was much improved over the first run of grip bags. But this one I think is going to sit on the ground very nicely. I've already had it full of discs, and I thought maybe it might be a little front heavy and would be more prone to tip forward. That's not the case. It sits very squarely on the ground. It seems like all the weight's being distributed nicely, so I don't think tipping is going to be a problem with this one. There's still 2 drink carriers. Thank God they didn't sacrifice one of those. But on the A14 grip bag, they were labeled as 32-ounce drink holders, and that was accurate. On these smaller bags, they're actually labeled 24-ounce bottle holder. I was a little bit worried about that because 24 ounces is a little bit of a weird size of drink. You got your 20-ounce bottle of water, and hopefully it was going to be enough for my favorite Gatorade. So I went and got a Gatorade, which is 28-ounce bottle. And it fits. This is probably going to loosen up a little bit too, so it'll slide right up in there, but I was stoked to see that my 28-ounce bottle fit in the 24-ounce bottle holder. So that's a positive, because having just a couple of small bottles of water on around is never quite enough during the summer. The only other thing that this C14 Agile is missing that the A14 offers, and it was the most depressing thing to me when I realized it, was I went in to go grab my rain fly out of the front pouch, and there's no rain fly. I don't know why they did this. I've been on the website and it says that there's actually one that's sold separately. I haven't found any way to actually be able to order one off the grip site. I think maybe it's something that is coming soon, or maybe if you emailed them, they actually do have some that are made in limited numbers. I'm not the story on that. I can't tell you what they're going to do about the rainfly situation, but apparently there's one available. I'd have no idea what the retail on that's going to be. I would imagine it's between 15 and 20 bucks for just a basic black rainfly. But the other thing that I noticed on it afterwards was there actually isn't any zipper or any snap spots on here for a rainfly like there was with the A14. A14 had some snaps already built in on the bag, and you just pull the rainfly out and snap it to the snaps, snap it to 2 snaps or 4 snaps so that you can get it open or have the whole bag covered. There isn't even any snaps on this to support a rainfly. So without having seen one, I would imagine that if there's one available, it's going to be some sort of cinch rainfly that just kind of slides on over the top. I could see that being a problem if it is, because you need to be able to get in here and get your putters out. It was cool to have it on this one, because if you only had it snapped on a couple of them, you could still kind of open it up and get into your bag. It was still being protected, but you were still able to get to all your discs. I'm not quite sure what the deal is with it, but a lot of customers may overlook that fine print that it isn't included with the bag. And to me, that was one of the best selling points of the grip bag, was the rainfly. I mean, the Ranger doesn't offer it. Latitude 64 has one on their bag, but you're paying that much money for a bag, you want to have a rainfly to help protect it. And to have them available on the previous models and then just to not have them on this seemed a little bit weird to me. So I don't know if maybe a $10 increase on the price point and just throwing that in would have been the better move, but to me it was a little depressing to know that I thought I was going to get a rainfly with it and there wasn't one. So just wanted to bring that to your attention, because when I do sell a grip bag, that's one of the selling points of it, is that you're able to protect your investment, and I think that's very important. So again, $174.99, $259. Saving about 70 bucks here. All you're giving up is a little bit of storage, a little bit of capacity, and a rainfly. So to me, it would almost be worth it just to pay a little bit extra and get the big bag. If it's just uncomfortable for you and you're looking at the more slimmer bag just because you don't carry that many discs, you don't want to drop $250 on a bag, then go with the C14 Agile. There's nothing wrong with it. They've reinforced the zippers on here. Everything's real clean, real sturdy. It's sitting down real nice. Straps are feeling real good. I can't really find any complaints about it other than the rainfly. I was expecting to give up storage. I knew I was giving up capacity. The rainfly thing is a bummer to me. I really love the Digi Camo. I'm stoked on that. The other colors look real clean. That orange is popping. Purple's nice. I mean, they didn't do the funky little map thing down here on the bottom, and I'm kind of stoked on that. I like a nice clean look. They got the grip logo on there, but it's not super overdone like I've complained about in the past. It's just a real clean looking quality bag that we know has been, you know, proven, tested, and they've taken everything into account. They've addressed all the issues, and for $174.99, you really can't go wrong. I mean, I put this right up there with the Ranger as far as quality for the price. And so pick one up if you like. Again, my name's Jason Oxen from 208 Dis. I'm in Boise, Idaho here. I do a lot of business online too, though, and I ship really fast and carefully. If you ever need anything, if you want to check one of these grips out, or you just need a disc, or you just want to ask some questions, feel free to contact me. 208disc.com. Check me out on Facebook. I got my phone number on there. Give me a call. I'm never too busy. This weekend we're going to shoot down to Utah for the Disc Chick Challenge. We're going to title sponsor that. It's all women's tournament, B-tier sanctioned, and one of the largest growing women's tournaments on the West Coast. This tournament started out as like 15, 16 girls getting together and playing for the weekend. They've got 50 pre-reg, probably about another 15 to 20 are going to show up on Saturday to play. All women's tournament, lots of support from the locals. I see this tournament being one of the largest ones around, and so I always like to make the trip down there and support that. Star Newton and Faith Cross do an awesome job, as well as the Northern Utah Disc Golf Association. So look those guys up on Facebook and support what they're doing down there. Utah is a growing scene. They have a lot of new courses down there, and they do really well with women's disc golf in particular, which I care a lot about. So support women's disc golf, 208 Dis, and thanks for your time.